wonder if you see me, I wonder if you feel, I wanna know. Can you?
All right. Back on the Sunday evening overdose.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody. I think we already got Chris Lollie on the line. Let me bring him up here. Hello, Chris, you there?
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
For sure, man. I just want to say, man, I appreciate you for playing Can You See Me, man. That's one of the golden tracks from that, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the hidden tracks from there. A lot of people really don't listen to that one. I don't even promote it that much either, you know, because it's pretty deep, you know what I'm saying, if you listen to the lyrics and shit and what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, man, I've listened to the whole thing, actually. I thought the whole EP was cool, or what is it, actually, 9 songs, yeah, whole album, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's a cool thing. So I got my co-host, Patrick here. Patrick, say hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, he's fucking around on his
text message.
Stop being rude to our guest.
I'm sorry. No, I'm on it.
Yeah, man. So how's it been going? You've probably got a lot more attention now with your music since all this shit started, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say a lot more. I would say the people that searched far enough into me to find out that I did music, you know, because it's not too apparent, you know. I guess, you know, my face and my name is everywhere, but the fact that I make music isn't really that apparent in the media right now, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
The people that searched on my story and then searched far enough into my name to see that I do music are like, you know, they're like my core fans, you know, like people that have been inboxing me and talking to me from all across the country, actually, you know. That,
I would imagine, yeah.
They're rocking with me forever, so I haven't gotten a lot of people. I've gotten, you know, a few people, but they're like solid, you know, no matter what happens, bro, we're here, you know, and we'll listen to anything you drop. So that means a lot more than, you know, it means a lot, you know. I mean, I don't know, it means a lot, really.
Yeah, it sure does. So how long you been making music? Were you doing this a long time?
Well, man, I've been rapping since 2005.
Okay.
But I dropped that's actually my first project that you were playing the songs from, Don't Forget the 3. That's actually the first thing I released in 2013. So, you know, I was basically just trying to hone my craft for 8 years, essentially, because and I tell people this, you know, because this is really something that molded me into the artist that I am. But I read an article that said it took 10,000 hours. You had to log 10,000 hours doing something to be a pro at it. So when I read that, it was a sports article, but, you know, I figured it would still go with, you know, whatever I was doing. So I put that with the music, and I just figured I would just keep making songs. And, man, I got so many songs, it's unbelievable, because I was able to start recording ever since the first day I started rapping. So I just didn't release a lot of stuff. I was practicing, really, so.
Yeah, that's actually probably been me and my co-host's experience as well. We've all both probably, we think we've logged about 10,000 hours in hip-hop.
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah.
Fucking 15 years.
Yeah, man, we're in the
and shit.
We're in the same boat, been banging away for years.
Million hour time brackets.
Yeah. So I want to get into a little bit of your case, and I know I don't want to ask you all the same shit that everybody else has asked you. I wanted to, but let's get a couple of the basic things out of the way. So we saw the article where, who was it, Andrea? Somebody tweeted a picture of right next to where you were sitting down when this whole thing started. That said, there was some sign that said, "Please have a seat" or something.
It's the First National Bank building tweeted a photo where I think you actually identified the very chair you were sitting in. And the caption on the photo was, "Need a quick 5, enjoy a seat on the Skyway."
Yeah, but only 5.
Exactly.
Yeah, only 5 minutes.
Yeah. So you're sitting there. What in your mind like provoked this whole thing? I know you said you were just kind of approached by a security guard out of nowhere. Did you ever think of anything that might have stood out about you or something that might have provoked this or anything?
I mean, to be frank, I mean, at the end of the day, it was profiling, and not only was it racially motivated, but you know, it probably also has to do with my attire and how bundled up I was. But it's the winter time, you know, so
Sure.
I don't know, you know, my dreads, you know, and my appearance, you know, so
Yeah.
I mean, all I did was sat down, you know, I didn't, you know, make any threatening gestures to anyone or, you know, I wasn't even talking on my phone loudly, you know, I wasn't even talking on my phone at all, you know, I was just.
So this was just a guy who didn't like how you looked and wanted to come fuck with you. And, so he was the security, he was the security guard, and then the police got involved, and we kind of know the story and shit. But when I also want to ask you, I didn't hear it in this video, but I swear to God, I thought that I remembered in the original version of this video, didn't you say that you had weed on you to the cop at one point?
I sure did. Yeah. I sure did. A lot of people don't catch that. But yeah, I did. I sure did.
I remember I was laughing when I heard that because I've done the exact same thing. Like by the time they put you in cuffs, you're like, ah, fuck, I better just tell them. You know, this is
all I have, you know what I'm saying? And other than that, you know, he's like, if you hear him, you know, do you have any weapons?
If I tell them about the weed in my pocket, they won't find the cocaine in my shoe. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I had a little weed in my pocket, and you know, I told him about it. And if you listen a little closely, he says we don't care about that, you know. And if you know, you see the charges that they brought up against me, that wasn't even part of the charges.
Wait, they didn't charge you with the weed?
I didn't.
What?
No, not at all. I didn't get a ticket. I didn't get anything. But you hear it, right? I mean,
yeah. I heard it. So what did they charge you with?
They charged me with trespassing, disorderly conduct, and obstruction of the legal process.
All right, so...
And that's it.
So the disorderly conduct was when you screamed after they electrocute you, or what? You know, what exactly is the fucking disorderly conduct?
It was definitely after they had escalated the situation, but I think it was predominantly because while we were walking past, you know, after I was in handcuffs, and this is actually after, you know, I start walking off and the video cuts off. I'm walking past this other area where there's a lot of seating, but it's full. You know, it's full, you know, and people at every table and every seat, you know. So we're walking past, and I'm looking the people in their face, you know, and telling them who I am and what I was doing there and what they were doing to me. So basically, I wasn't yelling. I was projecting my voice to all the people sitting there, like, this is my name, this is what I was doing here, and they did this for no reason. And so that was possibly where the disorderly, you know, I'm talking loudly to people, telling them what happened, and maybe I shouldn't be doing that.
And so they said, how the fuck can they possibly justify trespassing?
That's one of those, and disorderly conduct is one of those also where they just throw those charges because these are charges where if you throw them on someone, you know, most people will just take them and just be like, whatever, you know, and pay the fines and go to jail and say whatever to it, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen this done plenty times before where people just lay down and take it. So, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because it's not like felony shit that people will really fight. They'll figure out, I'll just pay my fine and get it over with. Yeah, you know, so what ended up happening with the charges? Have you been to court yet?
Oh, the charges were dismissed a long time ago.
Oh, I must have read that. I'm sorry. Yeah, so everything's been thrown out.
Time ago.
But then the cops were exonerated too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. I mean, charges dismissed and the video and everything being said, you would think it's just unbelievable. I mean, it's obvious that there's something political about that. You know, that move in which I mean, I guess. The admission of guilt would basically nullify their defense in anything. So,
yeah, you know,
find a way to, you know, just say they're exonerated.
Police departments, you know, are desperate to keep that image. You know, if they admit wrongdoing, you know, it kind of makes their authority seem a little shaky, and they'll pretty much go to any length they have to get something like that dismissed. I mean, we've seen there was a case in Chicago a few years ago. An off-duty cop beat a woman half to death on video.
Holy
walked behind
shit.
a bar and
That was the craziest video I've ever
Hey,
seen. I know
we got-
exactly what we got
one of our callers probably wants to ask you a question. Hang on. Oh shit.
What'd you do?
Wait, hang on.
Did you hang up on him?
Yeah, I fucking hung up on Chris Lollie.
What?
God damn it.
Get the fuck no, he's right there.
Is he there?
You just switched.
How do you go
over
back
the
to him?
calls. Just click there.
Hello?
Click that.
Hello?
Hang on.
No.
Hello?
Get it.
What is
resume call.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris?
Fuck.
Resume call right
It's
there.
not Chris, it's Steve.
Shut up, Steve. Hang on.
We
trying
fucking
to get Chris back.
Oh, god damn it.
Figure it out, dude.
Watch.
I fucked up the phones.
He fucked up the phones.
Yeah.
Get rid of Steve. We were just getting into things with Chris. This fucking sucks,
I
dude.
know. Oh,
Steve, were you even listening to the show?
Yeah, I was listening.
Okay. Hold
yeah.
on.
Are we back on with the other caller?
Hang on. Chris?
Oh,
God
what the
damn it.
Fuck.
Here, I'm going to text him from
Text
my phone.
him. Oh, we got him. Is he back now? Are you
Hello?
back now?
Yep, here I am.
Dude,
come on,
sorry. We just started using this new fucking phone system recently, and I accidentally tried to bring another caller on and hung up on you.
You're
Sorry.
supposed to click the... yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Well, can I ask him a question?
You handle that from now on.
Sure.
Sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, here's my question. How does it fucking feel to get tased? Is that fucking crazy or what?
Well, I mean, I got tased, but it was actually lucky for me. He had to do a drive stun in which it's painful, but it's not as painful as if the prongs go all the way in your skin. So I was lucky in the fact that when he tased me, when I seen him, you know, I must have seen it like it was coming, but I flinched my leg at the time where it must have been perfect to where the prongs went into my pant leg but didn't go into my skin. So when he saw that, you know, he was pretty, I don't know, the look in his face was, it's kind of hard to explain in words when, you know, when I was like, did you just tase me? You know, I said something to that effect. But then he did the drive stun, and, you know, basically you just lose all feeling, man. I mean, it just shuts shit down. Like,
it's just got to be shocking to your whole nervous system, right? You just fucking almost, yeah.
Well, yeah, there's nothing.
What a
you
strange
can't fight
thing
it. It's
to do to
like
people.
a shutdown.
Yeah.
It's a strange thing to fucking handle people with. It's just, I'll electrocute this motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's a zombie apocalypse type shit. Like we need to save that for zombies. What are you shooting me for? Yeah.
Nah, dude, that's way too. You don't want to get that close to a zombie to tase him. You got shotguns for zombies.
I mean, electric weapons in general.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Just, you know.
Hey, we looked into
that's high tech shit.
You know what they're working on now too? They're working on. We looked into this a couple years ago on a different show we did. They are making light weapons now. Remember that? There's some companies developing
what the fuck was
weapons.
the name of that company?
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, Illuminations? Something
Illuminations, yeah.
Yeah, they're making
a bunch of weapons for law enforcement that are like basically lights that will just like throw you into a seizure fit. You know, they're like a flashing light they can flash at you that just basically shuts down. You know,
and they
gives you a seizure.
They compact it into a flashlight, and then they point the flashlight at you. They turn it on, and then you feel nauseous. You can't stand up. It just completely fucks you up completely. You can't hear shit. It's like fucking crazy.
You're gonna miss the taser in a few years.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, man, I wish the taser.
Wow. Wish they'd bring the taser back. What did you say?
That weapon is based on something called the Brahms effect, and it works by lining up with the firing of the synapses in your brain to induce like a super hyper fear kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Well, I play video games that flash at me a lot, and I love anime, so they're gonna have to do a little better than that.
Yeah, he's got a tolerance to flashing lights built up.
Watch Pokemon for 10 years.
They got to turn that bitch on full blast for me.
That's funny.
Me too. I'll be watching Dragon Ball Z. I ain't never had a seizure yet.
Yeah,
ever.
I tell you.
Ever.
So what's going on now with this lawsuit that you got going on?
I mean, it's a process that I honestly have no knowledge about. I mean, my lawyers, they're the fucking best, honestly. I mean, everything they're doing is it's right, and they keep me informed. It's just most of that legal jargon. on their level, I'm just I don't fucking understand most of that shit.
Did they approach you to do this, or did you approach them?
Well, actually, I've been blessed, to be honest, because there were a lot of people once I had posted the video on YouTube that started, reaching out to me and inboxing me that were trying to, offer their services and things like that. But to be honest, I just see an inbox full of strangers. I'm like, I don't know what your motive is and things like that. So I guess I was blessed. I was blessed in the simple fact that my lawyer came from a mutual friend that her and him went to law school together. And he's a lawyer at one of the top firms in Minnesota here. So that was just,
Yeah, just lucky.
Yeah, she just gave me his number and was like, yeah, call him. And ever since then, yep, we've been working together.
So you got any idea what kind of number you're talking? What are you guys looking to get here?
I mean, and honestly, the number isn't even that big. It's 500,000, and that's just because I told my lawyer, like, I'm not, like, these settlements have been, there's some are multi-million, some are 1 point something million, but
sure.
It's the biggest number I've ever heard, 500,000.
What'd you say?
God.
Nothing. He's saying that's a lot of money.
I said that's the biggest number I've ever heard. I'm so fucking poor.
Yeah, he's very
Fuck,
poor.
I'm so poor. You don't even believe how poor I am.
Shit, who isn't? Goddamn. I mean, but it's just the number essentially was more formulated by my lawyers in the fact that I told them I wasn't trying to be too greedy. Like I'm not. I don't want to. It's not really about the money, and I've never been. What's the word I'm looking for?
Wait, I'll get it. Litigious.
I'm not cheap. Say it again.
Litigious.
I definitely have to search that. Yeah, something to that effect. I guess I'll trust your wordplay on that.
Does that just mean like you sue people a lot?
Yeah, it means you like to go to court.
Yeah, you like to go.
I'm not one of the ones. I'm just not a money hungry, greedy, or gluttonous type of fellow.
No, I understand. And you know what? It's a lot of cases have worked like this. There's a lot of famous cases I can think of off the top of my head where the right thing didn't happen in criminal court, so you take it to civil court so that at least it's on the books and it goes down in history the right way,
Well, yeah, so we're just working it the best way we can, and that's essentially what it is. And, we've had talks with, some people down at the city and, trying to figure things out, so...
So we got
they got it, and they let me know what's going on, and that's essentially it, really.
Yeah, I know nothing about that world. I'd be the same way. I'd be like,
Me
what?
I really don't.
Let me know when it's over. That's our other caller, Steve. Steve, what you got a question for our guest here?
Dude, do you smoke weed?
Just watch the video. I'm not going to answer that. Just watch my video.
I see it, dude. I saw the video, man. I mean, like, your videos. Oh, no, I was just saying, like, let me just say this, dude. Hey, dude, blessings to you. I don't really like serious business. That shit must have been fucking awful. And I hope that you're fucking well, dude. Hey, but the second question I got is it real cold up there right now?
All right, Jesus Christ.
God, Steve,
You have
man.
no fucking idea.
Dude, it's fucking cold as balls. But if you're fucking... Yeah, dude, I believe it. Dude, it's kind of cold as balls here. It's supposed to be like 15, but I know fucking Minnesota, like, they just got snow on the ground all year round. I fucking... Holy shit. You guys are crazy.
Next day we were shoveling snow. Exactly like that.
All right, Steve, you got any other questions about the lawsuit or anything?
No, I think you know what? I'd just like to say that also your attitude about the $500,000 is really, really generous to your community, because I think it like keeps down the cost of government while you have to fucking go through your crazy ass bullshit and fucking. I gotta be like, you're a total badass, dude. doing exactly what you did, and fucking it must have been so scary, but fuck them, like seriously. And then he gets exonerated. He gets to fucking sit in the back and be like, dude, that's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I hope he's got a fucking good family.
We're fighting it, and we're gonna make sure something happens.
Yeah, fuck it. No, something's gotta happen. Somebody's gotta pay. That's bullshit, man. Right on, brother.
All right, thanks, Steve.
I'll call you guys later.
All right, see you around.
Yeah, that's one of our regular calls.
That's what he calls us 2 or 3 times a show. He was a guest one time, and then ever since is just he skateboards around getting drunk, calling us.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice visual. I like that. He can skateboard and drink while talking on the phone. He must be a beast.
His elbows. He was talking earlier about how bad his elbows are beat up from doing this.
But he only falls on one elbow, so he should only wear one elbow pad because he always falls on the same elbow.
That's his gag.
Yeah.
So anyways, they're all handling the lawsuit for you. How was your family after this? Were your daughters okay and all of this?
I mean, well, my daughters are affected. My middle daughter, her attitude towards it is a little more like it's over. As far as the police uniform goes.
She's just scared of them now, huh?
Yeah, like she doesn't view them as help or,
Which is kind of a shame. It's a shame for a little kid because little kids are probably the only people that I would think might have, like if I had a kid, I would struggle with that because if somebody was trying to hurt them, I'd want them to be able to get help, but I also wouldn't want them to trust police. It's a fucking tricky situation there.
Exactly.
And so yeah, you'd want her if she's out and something happens, you'd want her to be able to trust them. But I guess that's not really on the table for her anymore, huh?
You should buy her a taser.
No, not at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe later. I don't know. But right at this point, no, not at all.
Yeah, that's really a shame. And how old are your kids?
Well, my oldest is 10. The next one below that is 5. Then my son is 3, and then I have a 1-year-old daughter also.
Oh, okay, cool. So wow, man,
So wait a minute.
You could sure use the $500,000 then with 4 kids.
They could sure use it. Oh yeah, definitely. We definitely finna make sure that their future is set. Because it's really I'm a mediocre. I'm a menial man. Like I don't need too much. I like to make music and, I just like to speak to people about, things like this. You hear it in my music and I talk about other things too, but, I like to speak about things like this. So, my kids are basically the beneficiaries for the most part because college funds are going to be set and, anything else they need as much as they progress in their lives, 16 get here, they need cars. I want to make sure they get, I don't want no used car. I want to make sure they can ride in something that's reliable and last,
Yeah.
Oh, so check it out. You're originally from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Where from? Can I ask?
The West Side.
Well,
we jumped around the West Side a lot, but before I moved to Minnesota when I was 14, I stayed over in Central Park in Jackson or, Garfield Park.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
right across the street from the park.
I'm from Cicero. I know you know where that's at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So did you have any experiences? I know you did, but I mean, growing up on the West Side, you must have had some shit happen with cops as a kid too, huh?
Well, no. To be honest, I didn't really have.
Really?
He was watching anime.
No,
He wasn't out on the streets. He was watching anime.
I went to school at Oak Park, actually. I went to school at Say Language Academy.
Because I grew up in Downers Grove, and even I had fucking like police brutality experiences in high school. They would just fucking.
See, yeah, that's the thing. That's what my mom did, and she was pretty much, she had some foresight into this, I guess, because we moved to Minnesota in the middle of my 8th grade year, so I was like 13, 14. So, and she did that, so I wouldn't have to not only deal with that in Chicago, but, all the other things that, I could get caught up in which moving up here, I don't want to, speak too much, but it's just same environment but different place, really.
Oh, is it really in St. Paul?
But
I thought. See, I always thought St. Paul was like a little bit of a nicer city than here. Is that not true? Because like when I've been to Minnesota, it always seems like people are friendly, everything's like nice and safe, and I've been to but you know what? That's like Duluth. I guess that's way the fuck up there. That's a lot different.
Let me tell you a little something about Minnesota nice. That's like sarcasm. It's like it's like a Minnesota nice means I'll smile in your face but talk about you behind your back. So Minnesota nice isn't a good term.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people, where that term came from was an article written a while ago, basically about the attitudes of people in Minnesota, which, land of 10,000 lakes, fakes, snakes.
Yeah. I got a question about Minnesota you might be able to answer for me.
What is it?
There's a shit ton of Asians, isn't there?
In Minnesota?
Well, yeah, it is. I mean,
a lot of Asians?
Asians, Africans.
No, I went to
is one of the most diverse. I mean, the Twin Cities and the surrounding cities is one of the most diverse cities, and
I went up
I
there.
can at least say in the Midwest, definitely.
Definitely what?
At least top 10 in the whole U.S. Maybe top 15.
Okay. No, I went up there. I went to the Mall of America, right just south of there. 20 miles, 30 miles, or something like that?
Yeah, but that's a huge tourist destination.
No,
Those
it's
people
only
aren't...
like 5 miles.
Yeah, but then it was just like 90% Asian, so that's where I got that number from.
That's because they're probably tourists.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a ton of Asians in the shopping districts in Chicago and shit. They're all tourists,
I never seen so many Asians
dude,
in one place in all my life.
Nah.
No, I wouldn't call the Asians here tourists. I wouldn't call this a tourist city. And then I would
the Mall of America.
So they all live around there.
I don't know why, but
I thought the Mall of America was like a huge
though.
tourist spot, though.
Whatever. I guess.
I don't know.
I haven't been to the mall and I forget about that damn thing.
Yeah, what? There's no reason to go there.
It's so much walking. It's like a fucking.
Yeah.
No, it was the worst. I went there with like $11. Like with me and like my girlfriend at the time, and it was just like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like everything was super shit expensive. You couldn't buy anything. We fucking went to McDonald's and left or some shit. It was fucking horrible.
So let's talk a little bit more about. I just want to wrap up about the serious shit, and then I was going to ask you a few more things about music. But so you got obviously we the lawsuit and everything, and family's been going through whatever, but what you said a lot of people have contacted you and stuff. Are you getting like annoyed at all about just kind of the like constant people kind of bugging you for their own agendas and shit like that?
No, I think I'm intelligent enough to be able to decipher and sift through, but I guess it's just stressful because on top of everything else I got to do, in normal life, this is.
Yeah.
Added on top of it, and it's a lot. I had to, I have a manager already because I make music, so that helps out. And then I had to get an assistant, basically somebody willing to write down everything I tell her.
Yeah.
So it's hectic, but I'm figuring out ways to.
How much does an assistant cost?
Prioritize and organize all this shit.
I can't ask him that. Can I ask him that?
Yeah. Well, okay, fine.
How much is it? You really have an assistant?
Yeah.
How much does that cost? How much does that run you, man?
What kind of a question is that?
What? I don't know. I want a fucking assistant. I want to know what the price is.
I'm telling you, just looks.
You brain control
likes
somebody.
me.
Cool.
We're really cool friends.
I got it. I was gonna say because the only person that'll like do that kind of stuff for me is my girlfriend, and yeah, it's like. It's definitely costs a lot more than money.
Well, I thought he was talking about a real one. I just wanted to know because I'm in the market. You know what I mean?
So
well, no, I mean she does. I call her whenever I get something. I call her. She'll write it down and dates, and she'll remind me. When I need to call people. And yeah,
good. Oh, that sounds great.
So
I wish I had somebody like that.
Sorry,
I really do, man. I forget everything.
I was going to ask, what do you do? What do you do for a living?
I'm interning up at the school I graduated from. It's high school for recording art, and basically that's just the perfect spot for me right now. Because where I was working prior, you know, public, like I was working temp jobs, you know, and it was predominantly in public areas.
Yeah.
So when this happened, you know, just being out in public and everybody, you know, you can't really work. And it's just it's a anxious type of, you know, nerve-wracking type of feeling, you know, being in public and your face is just on the news and everybody's, you know, asking you questions and wants to talk to you. And
you got to go over
you know,
the same story.
Especially when people don't want to, they want to say bullshit. You know, a lot of people, everybody aren't, you know, well-wishers and, you know. Yeah.
Now, I was going to ask you that, too. How many people have said shit like, oh, you should have just given her your ID? You know, because you're obviously someone, like, we're big into personal liberties, you know, and we don't like to be subservient to supposed authority figures, you know, and shit like that. So we like the part of your video where you told the female cop, you know, hey, you don't own me, I don't have to show you an ID, you know. How many people though have tried to tell you, hey, you should have just fucking just showed it to her, you were being an asshole or something like that.
If you wasn't doing anything wrong, you should have just showed her your ID and it would have been fine.
Have a lot of people said that kind of shit to you?
Yes, and I mean, even more have said it that I haven't seen because all the comments on my YouTube video, I don't look at them, you know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes I might go in my email and click on it just to see, and sometimes it might be something good, you know what I'm saying? But other times, it's unbelievable, some of the ignorant shit, you know, motherfuckers will say, man. It's unbelievable.
And a lot of people, you know, people that have cops in their families or people that are cops or, I don't know, people that are just, like, with a real subservient mindset in general, they tend to just back up the police, and it's really, like, I can't even argue with people like that anymore because it's like, if you can't look at this situation and see who was in the wrong, then I really just don't have time for you anymore. You know, it's like I don't see the point.
I want to know if you can remember some of the whacked out comments. What's like the worst comment, like the most ridiculous angle you've heard?
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody?
They're all the same. He was asking you what's like the most ridiculous comment somebody's made to you about it.
I want to know.
Honestly,
yeah,
it's simple, but it's ridiculous. Basically, they didn't do that because you were black.
They didn't. Oh, okay.
And so you think
like that didn't happen because you were black?
I might be.
You know, and people that look at that situation, and if you're looking at what happened to me, you know, you would look far enough to see, you know, there's a white guy sitting where I'm sitting in the video where I'm sitting down at.
Oh yeah,
you know, if you look at it long enough, where you know, in the line of seats where I'm sitting, there's a white guy sitting there while the security guard's asking me to move.
But like you said too, if you know, I think I saw you on some other interview, and the guy made the point of, you know, if you'd been wearing a $3,000 suit, that wouldn't have happened either. So it's like it's both. I don't typically like just always accept that right off the bat, but in this case, I think that it definitely had to do with some racism, and
it wasn't necessarily the cops. Like I wouldn't. The race is so. You know, the problem is so deeply intertwined that race can play different roles in the same situation. So let me break it down to you in this way. The security guard called the police because I wouldn't move. Now, he asked me to move because I was unsavory, let's just say an unsavory character in that area. You know, there's actually a woman sitting there, too, a black woman sitting there, and he asked her to move before he asked me to move, and she got up and moved.
Yeah.
You know, they had a conversation, you know, but she got up and moved eventually.
Most people
would, then
he
comes to me. Well, yeah, you know, but being that I was in the public area, I didn't see why I had to. So
no, you don't have to.
The fact that, the fact that he walked up to me and her and not the other guy who was sitting there, you know, kind of entails that there was something other than, I mean, you know, there's no really other explanation other than he wanted me and her to move because we didn't look like we belonged there.
Okay, I see.
So when he called the police, You know, he calls the police, and when they get there, the lady cop was, she could have kept walking with me, you know, and she would have walked with me all the way back to my kid's daycare. This is what I truly believe: if the male cops wouldn't have showed up, the female cop she would have kept walking and talking with me.
Right.
You know,
that was
I wasn't
the blonde
running, I wasn't
broad, right?
fleeing, you know.
She was kind of
I was going somewhere.
She was blonde and she had like a fucking dyke haircut. Is that the same broad you're talking about? Dude, no, see,
I think so, yeah.
when I
Lori.
seen the video and I saw her, that's where I was like, man, it might not be over race because that type of cunt just fucks with everybody. You know what I'm talking about?
The first thing that happened was the security guard. So the cops, no matter who, if it was a white guy or anything, once they get the call, they're coming and they're gonna fuck with the person.
Yeah,
so it's like
that wasn't a security guard, that was a cop, the blonde chick?
No, the girl was a real cop, but you know,
okay.
Yeah, I agree. She may have walked all the way with you, but you know, the frustrating thing about your video is just that like there was no reason for her to be talking to you. She shouldn't have been following you in the first place, even if she was being nice. You know, she should have left you alone. And you know, she can't tell you a crime that she's investigating you for. She can't, you know, give you any reason that she's fucking stopping you. You know,
she never did.
Right. I mean, the whole thing is just completely over the line illegal. You know, they just tackle you and tase you for really no reason. And I could tell, you know, the video shakes around a lot and shit, but it didn't seem like you even really fought back or anything when they started attacking you.
The video from the Skyway, you know, there's multiple videos, you know, but when the male cops got there, my race became, you know, into play because, I mean, no one can really see their faces, but the angst that they showed towards me, you know, and the fact that if you could see the looks in their faces, it was like they were waiting on a bomb to explode, or, you know, they were waiting on me to do something. Like the looks in their faces, like they were squinting their eyes and like, you know, when is he going to do something? You know, like they're poking and prodding a bull or something, and they're waiting on them to rush or something, you know.
Well, in a way, you know, we talk about this a lot. A lot of times when you deal with cops, it seems like they're trying to provoke you into doing something that can justify beating you worse, you know.
No, you know why this guy didn't resist? I'm going to tell you why you didn't resist, man. Because you know how to use the fucking internet, and you don't want to get died. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you'll get dead.
Wait, say that one more time?
I said because you don't know how to, because you know how to use the internet, and you don't want to fucking die. Because that's what they do. You resist it all. They'll just fucking kill you nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell no. That's the last thing I wanted to do.
That's what I'm saying. I won't resist a cop because I'm scared the motherfucker will just shoot me. You don't. You used to think. I remember. So I've actually been arrested quite a few times. I don't know, 13, 14, 15 times or something. And I remember when I was a kid and I'd get arrested, I used to think, you know, there was a relative feeling of safety with the cops around. You knew you were in trouble, but you knew if you acted reasonably, you'd probably be treated okay. I don't feel that way anymore whatsoever. I feel like if I make one false move, I'm gonna get shot in the head. They're on the internet shooting old men,
I've
old
only been
ladies,
in jail
chihuahuas.
twice, and that was the second time.
What was the first time?
That was, you know, it's on record. I'm not gonna speak on it, but
we won't look it up. I don't like to spy on people like that because I don't like people looking up my fucking record.
But people did it already. You know, people were kind of it's just another disorderly conduct. You know.
So have you been in conservative media at all where they've maybe tried to stand up for the police and like demonize you?
No. It's coming though.
Yeah, you know what? If you go too much, if you go too much further, you know what you got to do. You were asking if he did Alex Jones, right?
I asked if he did Alex Jones.
Yeah, do you know who Alex Jones is?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, he'll be calling eventually.
Hopefully.
Yeah, if you go much further
after our bump, forget about it. He's calling you tomorrow.
After you've been on the Sunday evening overdose, you're gonna get a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
That's a really stupid joke.
Asshole, damn, that was funny.
So yeah, I wanted to. Is that about it? I mean, we have anything else to say? We've seen the hallway footage and the original footage and everything. Is there anything else you want to just point out about what's going on now, or what we may have missed from the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that a lot of people don't know, and I hold this dear to my heart, but there is actually 17 more minutes to that video.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, there is.
And is it like just black screen, like audio, like the end of it, or?
Yeah, basically, like, there's no one around. It's like, from what I can tell it is, you hear mumbling. Like, you don't hear exactly what's, either they put it in a bag, it was in a trunk, I think they put it in the trunk. Like, it's just a lot of, I think, but you hear the cops talking back and forth to each other, so I'm listening, but there was really nothing that I could hear that, they didn't really say anything out of line that I could hear, but I really want to get it to somebody who can bring the audio out so I can listen to everything.
We might be able to do that for you, actually.
Yeah. We're audio people.
We're in a full professional studio right now, and that's part of what we do for a living is audio work. So we might be able to help you out with that, actually.
Well, yeah, I mean, I make music, so I got a lot of people that can definitely do it. But
that's true. Yeah.
I'm just sitting on it. I'm just sitting on it.
You should sample yourself getting tased and put it in a beat.
Yeah, you should give us the exclusive on it. We'll break it for you. We'll decipher it all. We'll give it to
honestly, I'll be honest. That might cost.
Oh,
that might definitely cost. It's exclusive.
I know
it's an exclusive. It's exclusive.
You're spending so much time doing this shit. You got to figure out somehow to make money. I bet.
I'm gonna write a novel about you.
Not necessarily. I mean, because with my music and people are buying mixtapes across the country. So I'm sending mixtapes here and there. So it's not too much. It's not like I'm balling out of fucking control. I'm not balling under because I'm not balling in any type of control. But, it keeps me going a little bit, the fans that I do have here and there. So, I mean, as far as that goes, though, that's definitely highly exclusive. It is.
Yeah, so you're gonna
17 minutes.
You're gonna try to break it with somebody that can pay you?
Honestly, I'd break it myself, but if I break it with somebody else, yeah, it's probably gonna have to be some money involved because I'm just gonna do it. Have my engineer just bring the sound out like he do in my songs.
Sure.
We just busted all the money out of our pockets. How's $284 sound?
Yeah.
Honestly, right now, that sounds fucking awesome. Right about that, it sounds fucking awesome.
We'll take 284 downloads. But so that's good that you're, man. I know, even if you're not getting wildly rich, I mean, it's good to hear that you're getting some traction with your music and stuff. So I was gonna bring that back up again. We got a few more minutes before we got to go, but being up in Minnesota and actually listening to your music, I'm fairly certain that you are. But are you a big Rhymesayers fan?
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely. I definitely rock for them. They make a lot of moves out here for the city. So yeah, definitely.
And they must be fucking huge there, I guess, huh?
Yeah. We're going out to break playing some atmosphere. Let's go.
It's far. There's levels to this shit, man. The city it's a weird city as far as music goes. Yeah. I couldn't even begin to explain to you how. Yeah, I got more support for my music outside of this city than I do in this city.
Yeah, that's getting. I know. Sorry, I just smacked myself in the face with my mic. That actually, I've heard a lot of people say that it's like, within a city, especially like artistic scenes and especially hip hop, can be just so fucking cliquey that nobody can get anywhere because everybody's in a fucking group or they're promoting their friend's group or something, and like nobody's really listening to each other half the time. They're just, and you got to go on the road to get people that are in, a lot of smaller towns and shit that don't have that competitive scene where they just think you're, hey, this is cool music. But like, you're in a city with a competitive hip hop scene. It is fucking next to impossible.
And it's diluted, too. It's very diluted. So it's so many fucking rappers it's astounding, man. It's unbelievable. But
everybody raps now.
Still in all, in my city, I mean, I was nominated for Lyricist of the Year and Video of the Year for the Twin Cities Urban Music Awards last year. But, you know, I was in second place in both categories and lost. You know, there's some controversy around that. You know, I ain't gonna down them just yet, but we're gonna figure it out next year. Either way, but you know, the city, it's iffy. It's kind of hard to explain how many levels and how many promoters and shit are using the hunger. You know what I'm saying? And not only the hunger, because once you get to a certain level, it's thirst. Because, you know, dealing with some of these promoters, they're manipulating our hunger to get money out of it, shit, and
some of
false
them.
dreams and hopes of, you know,
all
world star videos and opening for acts that aren't even coming. And, you know, it's fuckery going on.
We really, for the large part, stopped working with like most promoters years ago. You can do the same shit yourself for the amount of work those fucking scumbags do. They don't do anything. They want to sit back and collect money off everyone who comes to comes to the show, and like, yeah, man, there's not much you can do with those low level promoters until you get around some serious, some real serious business. It's a fucking waste of time.
Yeah. You'll notice it.
Yeah, definitely. So what are you? Are you signed or anything? Or are you an independent guy or what?
No. Yeah, I'm independent, and that's how I'll remain. Honestly, I mean.
Well, I got a deal for you.
I can do this myself, man. I ain't looking for no deals, and if I sign the deal, it's the distribution one, in which I'm working on one right now with Universal. I'm working on a distribution deal with my manager. He works for Universal Music Group, so
that's the way to do it. Honestly, I don't know why. I mean, I guess if you got the right deal, but like, I don't know why most people would want to chase a record contract at this point, because I mean, if you can afford or get some kind of distribution deal, you can pretty much do all the things a record company used to do, and with a small little management team, you can do all the same shit and keep all the fucking money,
Yep, keep it pushing, man.
That's the way to do it.
Usually when you have money, things are cool.
Yeah, man. I got a song called Watching, man. I'm going to drop it one of these days, but people will get a lot of insight, but I got to,
Hey,
I got a bar where I basically say, with my lawyer on the case, I probably never need a deal.
That's right. But that $500,000 comes through, and then you start your own fucking label.
I can just,
So send us when you got your new shit coming out. Send it to us. We'll play it on the show. I
got a song called "Just Might Blow" actually on iTunes, Amazon, Google, all Spotify, all that good shit.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you
right now?
Before we go, give everybody like your Facebook page and all that shit so they can find you. And then, once again, we're talking to Chris Lollie, the guy from St. Paul with the viral police brutality video from a few months ago, and he's doing well in his music and filing a lawsuit and hopefully going to be a much richer man soon. So, Chris, where can everybody catch up with you?
Man, I guess, everybody know you can Google my real name, Chris Lollie, but you can also Google Minnesota Fr3sh. Minnesota, spell it out, Fr3sh. Don't forget the 3. That's the name of the first mixtape I dropped. Don't forget the 3, Fr3sh. Just Google that, man. And I was already Googleable way before, my real name was, my rap name was already Googleable. So just Google Minnesota Fr3sh, Fr3sh, and everything you need will be found.
Can I, before you go, I just want to tell you something about we do here at the Sunday Evening Overdose, advocating the buddy system against police officers. Maybe you might be interested in hearing about it. So the idea is
he probably doesn't want to.
This is one of my ideas. This is one of my
a buddy system at the police department.
No.
He was talking about
with
something. It's an idea.
Inmate?
It's an idea he's got about something called the buddy system.
I talk about it every show, actually.
For people that are getting harassed by police.
So what we do is...
Let me hear it.
Okay, for now on, when somebody's pulled over, it is your civic duty to grease the cop when they're at their window.
That's pretty simple.
It's pretty simple. So... And then we expect the favor to be returned. So if a cop is coming up to your window, you should expect to see them get hit by the next car going by. Buddy system.
Oh, my God.
Don't you think... Well, hear me out here. Hear me out here. So then you start to say a cop sitting in a car saying, "Look, that guy doesn't have a seatbelt on." Forget
But I don't want to get. I don't want to get run over.
Fuck that!
Yeah.
I'm not pulling that guy over. No seatbelt. I didn't see that. Yeah, right. Because I'm gonna fucking. I advocate.
Okay.
Well, you gotta hurt them, or else they won't stop hurting us.
Yeah.
That's my fucking
Well,
theory.
I had a plan here. This is also what you can do when you get pulled over by the police.
Sure.
When they walk up to your window, you crack your window just a little bit, and you play dead.
You play dead.
When you play dead.
Yeah.
Yes, you fucking play dead.
Then they'll just.
And a few minutes later, when you come to, he asks you why are you sitting there? You say, well, I was taught that when dangerous animals attack, you play dead and they should go away. I
That's
expected
pretty
you to
good.
get in your car and fucking leave.
I like
But
that.
what's the problem, officer? Make sure you're legit though.
And then just start a totally normal interaction. So, anyways,
Just play dead and see what happens. Just at least play dead and see what.
Oh, that's funny.
I like your
just
idea
feel
and my idea combined, so you buy time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, combine the two. It's genius.
It's genius. I think we just broke fucking ground here.
We
This
just
is
broke
history.
major ground here.
This is gonna This is gonna work. This is gonna work.
I cannot be an associate to this board meeting here. This is
So many people have told me the same thing.
Yeah, no, we have a lot of people that feel the same way. Don't worry, you're in good company.
Once I start talking, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, it's not good. So we gotta, Chris. I just want to say we're all fans of you at this point.
Yeah.
You did a great job getting that video and having the presence of mind to record the whole thing and then taking it all the way forward with the lawsuit and stuff. We're all rooting for you.
Hell
and,
yeah.
We'll definitely keep
I appreciate it, man.
we'll keep in touch with you. We'll put your music out on the show and stuff, and hopefully maybe you can come back when you got some updates on your.
Yeah, for sure. Come back. Also,
everything.
Exactly, man. Yeah, just stay in touch with me, man.
yeah, for sure. Upon talking to you before the interview, I didn't know, but after we talking to you and the way you speak and shit, you actually sound like a cool ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So that was a surprise. I didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean? He's like, we got this dude. The cops tased him and shit. I was like, all right, let's hear it. You know? So
All right, so we got to run, but man, it's been awesome to talk to you, and we'll definitely be in touch, and definitely good luck.
Your time.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for taking
thanks
the time.
a lot, man, for sure. But
I know you're busy.
Yeah, you're. Also, the show only gets sillier from this point on. So
Yeah,
if you
we're
wanna
getting
listen, go ahead and listen.
we're getting a little bit drunk at this point, so it's best to just end it here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's been a long weekend for me, man. So yeah, I got to get some rest here, man.
Hey, go have a drink and catch the rest of the show. We'll talk to you soon.
So I'll have a drink. A drink. Yep, I have a drink.
All right.
I don't drink though, but I have a drink.
I got you. I got you.
It's the same problem I have.
Yeah. All right. So, man, we'll talk to you soon. Good luck.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right. You too.
All right, peace. That was cool.
There he goes, Chris Lollie.